As we last left off, we just defeated the causeway, and now it's time to go to the castle courtyard, where things won't be quite as easy as this stage was. This will actually be the last stage I do before I get back to my Wai Wai World 2 walkthrough, because we're not done with that yet. Bone Scimitar trying to be in the way, but he failed to perform his duties correctly. We got more moving platforms. We got a Guardian Ball of Destruction. We want to play jump rope with him before our ride actually comes to pick us up. One, two, three, four. We got some mini demons to deal with too. Alright. You want to try and whip the fireballs down. Watch out for the dagger. And we're gonna switch to Sypha. This is the one reason why I brought her with me, so we can get some revenge against the owls and the mini demons. So we can chase them down, and we'll continue using her just so we can eliminate all these guys from existence. Alright. So now it's time to switch back to Trevor. And his next room we actually cannot speedrun. We have to wait. Unless, of course, you use the Holy War to block the fireballs from going anywhere. But if you try jumping down there, you will actually get hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't help that those guys take 4 hits to kill. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, was that my phone that went off? I just cleared one of the hardest sections in history, and I don't really feel like going back there. Oh, God. Alright, it's good to know that the axes cannot reach me. But I can reach him with the help of my whip. This section right here, now that I don't have Alucard or Grant, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but still not that bad. You want to play it the same way that we did over at the Haunted Ship of Fools, but we want to be a little more athletic here, because we have a lot more of these platforms to play around with. Yeah! The timing and positioning of that platform always makes me nervous. Ugh! Alright. More ravens, but they're in an easy enough position for us to take out. When they have like a narrow height to deal with, then it isn't so terribly bad. And we got the first of the down-scrolling rooms with the crumpling blocks. But now that we got turbo control, I can time my jumps very carefully, so it won't be as much of an issue as it could be. Yeah. Weren't too many failures in this area. Okay, that was kinda close, but we got out of the way. Switch to state 2, save, and we're out. Now it's time for the triplet boss. First up is the mummies. They are a lot easier than they were back in the Haunted Ship of Fools, definitely. Because their terrain you can easily deal with. Just squat down so you can hit the ones in the bomb, but you can just duck under the ones that come up from a high altitude. And they're down no problem. Now it's time for Cyclops. It seems like you can maybe get 2 free hits before he's completely out and ready to do his next motion, but I can never get any more than 1. You want to try and get him to get close to you, but make sure he's close to you to start, so you can make him draw his hammer. And you can drain about half his health that way. You can get like about 3 motions in. Just make sure he doesn't do his full body charge straight into you. he's dead, and Leviathan, he's caused me the most pain. He isn't to be underestimated, but he isn't too bad. At least not as bad as I thought he would be to begin with when I first played this game. The problem with Leviathan is that his body is so big. It's so big that it's so easy to... No, it's actually pretty much impossible to actually jump over it. Alright, I think I've got this. Alright, you're almost dead. There we go, finally. This place wasn't too bad. Enjoy the outtakes while they're here. There were not that many. Still, they're here. Switch to state 2, save, and we're done. They want to turn around, take out the fireballs. 1, 2, 3. It just shot 2 at first. What the hell? We gotta wait for more of these moving platforms to come down to our levels so we can actually jump on them. Or jump into a pit. This is the one reason only that I brought Sypha with me. Just so I can clear this one section with all the mini-demons and all the owls. I'm pretty sure these enemies have an actual name, but I mistimed it. Oh god. Yeah, there was no way for me to get around that. Ah! Forgot to squat. You want to keep him in the center as best as you can. And try to get away from his fireballs, which hopefully will not hit you. Ah, you're such a pain. And you want to try and jump over him if you can, but you can't. I couldn't do it, at least. The stage, it really isn't much to talk about. There aren't that many outtakes. So, let's bring the original ring up so we can see what this ring got 8 months ago. I gave it a 5 out of 10. For one thing, my maturity hasn't been completely made to the extent of where it is now with this game, so I wasn't quite prepared for everything that was coming up, especially that one section with all those owls, which are actually called harpies, dropping all the mini-demons down. They are pretty tough to get by with those axes, because you can eventually run out of ammo. That's why I was getting hearts right at the beginning. But then I discovered that Sypha absolutely shreds through those harpies. Thus, all I can give it, surprisingly, is only a 2. Mainly, just for that one section, the rest of the stage is easy sailing. Nothing else can possibly hit you, and if you're wondering why I had that many outtakes against Leviathan, that's clearly due to clumsiness. I was waiting for my senses to kick in of when I would finally sense where his pattern would end up going, and in the end, it really wasn't that bad. So, 2 out of 10 seems right. So, from this point forward, I'm actually going to stop the Minimalist run for now, just so I can get back to my Wai Wai World walkthrough, so I can revisit the places that we didn't get to yet. There's a Twin Bee stage, there's a car racing stage, and there's one greatest stage that I need to get to. That'll take maybe 2 or 3 videos. 3 at the most. And 2 at the least. And those will be up on my TF32 Extras channels. Yeah, I was originally calling it the review channel, but then I discovered there weren't many reviews up there, so that'll only be where the TF32 Extras are going to be posted. So, I will not be doing the next stages until that walkthrough is done. So, until then, this is TF32 signing out. I hope you're enjoying this so far, and have a great night. I'll see you in Wai Wai World 2.